So nice that these players aren't in the locker room. They're all on the field warming up. So I'm going to step out of the shot and talk about a couple of them in particular. I thought Pete Carroll paid Josh Allen a really nice compliment this week when he said that, like Russell with the Seahawks, when you watch the Bills, you can tell everything goes through Josh Allen. For a third-year quarterback like Allen, that's a very nice compliment. And then there, of course, is Russell Wilson. This was interesting to me. Pete Carroll said that it took a couple years for offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer and Russell Wilson to really get on the same page where they can maximize this offense. Think about that. In today's NFL, where we want everything to happen yesterday, Carroll's saying it took a little time. Now, for more on Russell Wilson, let's go back to my guy. Hey, Mooch.
All right, Kim, thanks a lot. Yeah, this guy right here, Russell Wilson, has never, ever had a single vote for the MVP. You know, he's been to 2 Super Bowls. He won one, he lost one, and he needs just one more win this season, and he will have the most wins for a starting quarterback in his first 9 seasons of all time. And guess what? Only Aaron Rodgers has a higher career passer rating than this guy right here. Well, I think this is the season that this guy right here, Russell Wilson, gets the recognition that he deserves. I sat down with Russ. We talked about family. We talked about receivers.
There he is.
You know what? Now let's have some fun, okay? Russell Wilson. I saw you and Busta Rhymes. I saw that, but did you see me on game day morning?
Spider-Mooch. I can't see, Rich.
I was Spider-Man. Did you see it?
Hey, that's a good look. That's a good look. I'm liking it.
Well, I saw the Busta Rhymes thing and the Janet Jackson, but what were the kids?
Little man Future, he was Carnage. Sienna, she was Maleficent. And Wynn, he was a little puppy dog. Having a good time with brother and sister, so it was a blast.
I know you were close to your dad. Tell us, Russ, what he taught you that you now use as a parent yourself.
My dad always asked me, son, what do you want to be? Where are you going to go? What's it look like? Paint a picture for me. He used to always say, paint a picture for me, son. And if I started painting that picture and it wasn't big enough, he said, no. We start over. That ain't good enough. Start over. What I pray for my children is that they have vision and then they go accomplish it.
You gonna feed me? That's what's up.
Russ, I lost my dad a couple years ago during Super Bowl weekend, and I still talk to him. Do you talk to your dad still?
Yeah, I mean, I think about him all the time. I'm just grateful for having a dad who really cared, who kind of gave me a lot of guidance, a lot of love too.
You guys are 6-1. Well, these Bills are 6-2. They're pretty darn good. Are these Bills for real?
Yeah, these guys are for real. I mean, you turn on the tape.
Ball comes out, loose ball. It is Buffalo ball.
I'm old school, Mooch. You turn on the tape, you get to see how fast they fly around, how they make plays. It's going to be a great matchup. 2 great football teams going back and forth, back and forth. We're looking forward to the challenge.
You got a couple of receivers that I really like, right? Tyler Lockett.
Lockett makes a catch in the end zone.
Come on, man. Keep showing them why. Keep showing them why you're the best number. Let's go.
And I don't know how he catches so many deep passes, but let's talk about DK Metcalf, all right? Because the world needs to know more about this guy.
Well, he's special, Mooch. There's nobody like him. He's almost 6'5". He says he could run 4.29. I believe him.
Metcalf might catch a Baker trying to outrun him. He is sprinting. He is running. He dives and he catches him.
What were you thinking when you saw him chasing that guy down?
Well, I was getting blocked. I was trying to get off the block, and next thing I know, I was trying to catch Buddha. Buddha's fast. He could roll. And next thing I know, I hear a lightning bolt go right by me. And I said, go get him.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Let's go.
A lot of us are talking about Russell Wilson as the MVP this year. Do you ever think about that, or do you just say, I'm just wired in on the Bills right now?
I only think about it when people ask about it, I think obviously the ultimate award is Super Bowl, and let's go win that one. The good thing about the MVP award is that means your team's doing great. That means you're winning.
Coming back. Let's go. Let's get it. Come on.
Winning's everything. That's why you play this game. There are no days off. Somebody asked me, how many days off do you take a year? Days off. I'm 365.
Let's go. I got you. Let's get it.
I play this game to win, and I play this game to win it all.
He and Aaron Rodgers throws such a beautiful deep ball, right? I mean, you could take a look and also throw Wilson's name in with some other greats, all-time greats. Most passing touchdowns in the first 7 games of the season. He's on pace with some of the greatest in the history of the history of the game, and just thinking that deep, you see them, it's like they come straight down a chimney right at the end. They just come straight down. It's really amazing.
It is awesome.
So, what about today, Steve? What do you think about today?
Yeah, well, this team's pretty darn good, and the only concern that I have, it's certainly not on offense. Now, they're missing some running backs, so he's got to carry this team on his shoulders. He really does with those receivers, because there's no Legion of Boom, Rich. They're 32nd. They're last in total defense. Now, I think they're going to get better with Jamal Adams and Carlos Dunlap coming back. Yeah. But, you know, he's going to know that he has to outscore people to win and get back to that Super Bowl. And if he does, it'll be because of Russell Wilson in the passing game, not because of that defense.
And this Bills defense hasn't been what any of us expected them to be coming into this season. We thought that their defense would carry them again. If Josh Allen got better, this team could be a team that would compete. But their defense has really struggled, especially against good offenses this year. They're giving up almost 200 yards rushing against good offenses. So, as you said, Coach, it's hard to carry a team every week with your right arm. Can they run the football today and take some of that pressure off? A couple good DBs over there for the Buffalo Bills. Something to watch for. I think the Buffalo Bills do a great job of their zone blitzes. So, bringing pressure, dropping in zone behind it, and that's someplace that Russell Wilson has struggled a little bit in his careers. When somebody brings pressure, holding the ball, recognizing it, getting the ball out of his hands, something to watch for today.
Yeah, but one of the things, Kurt, you talk about how hard it is to continue to lead a team without that run game. One of the things they do have, and we talked earlier about Tyreek Hill being the most feared. DK Metcalf is coming to that class now. He's entering that class.
It's like a superhero on the screen.
Right, and I'm telling you something, when I say most feared, it has raised the level of Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett has played some very good football for a long time, but not what Tyler Lockett is doing right now. Tyler Lockett is making plays like I haven't seen him make in his whole career with Baldwin and all of those guys, and it's all because of DK Metcalf. Those one-handed plays and all those catches he's making now, he's through the roof. Now you get him and Tyler Lockett playing that way, the diversity in receivers with Russell Wilson. Yeah, they're dangerous.
And, you know, I look at that, and obviously, like you said, it looks like a superhero on the screen. But the other thing I'm looking at is that he's in a cutoff shirt and no sleeves in the middle of November in Buffalo. I mean, what helps a pass game late in the season having good weather and not having to worry about the cold and things closing it down? So obviously that bodes well for the team.
You know what, man? Listen, he's doing that too. He's walking by Tre'Davious White, and he's looking down. Hey, what a day you about to have, huh, buddy? You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine looking like that and walking by the cornerback? Yeah. Just that's amazing.
It's funny. You look at that and you think about the weather. I think about maybe laying off the carbs a little bit. What about you, Steve?
I can't lay off the carbs.
Just figure that's the way I'm looking at it. But that's just me. Is this thing on? Yes. Ian Rappaport. Ian Rappaport, take it away. Actives, inactives have come back. What do you have for me, Ian?
Rich, let's start with one of the biggest names who is injured. You mentioned receivers. Here's a good one. Kenny Golladay, the Lions star receiver, officially out today with a hip injury. He was actually declared out earlier, and from what I understand, it's going to be at least another week for the Lions playmaker as they face the Minnesota Vikings today. Another receiver who we are not going to see out on the field, Calvin Ridley, one of the best young receivers in the NFL for the Atlanta Falcons, dealing with a mid-foot sprain. Did not practice this week, just now officially declared out. Meanwhile, their opponent today, the Denver Broncos, are going to have Phillip Lindsay, their electric running back. Kind of bruised some toes a little bit during practice this week, was limited, officially active. Meanwhile, for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Gardner Minshew. Minshew Mania is officially out. Not the starter today. Probably would not have been the starter even if he wasn't injured. Jake Luton is going to make the start, so get ready for Luton lunacy, I guess.